its inception as a stockbroker, Phillip Capital has actually grown into an integrated Asian financial house with a global presence that offers a full range of quality and innovative services to retail and high net worth in family offices, as well as corporate and institutional customers. And information technology and distributions are our core competitions of financial services. And our corporate profile over here will be we actually have assets under management total of more than 50 billion worldwide. Our shareholders fund in excess of USD 2.5 billion. We have over 1.5 million clients worldwide and over 5,000 employees worldwide as well. And a bit more about our founder's profile over here. Mr. Lim Hua Min is the founder and executive chairman of Phillip Capital and its subsidiaries, as well as the chairman of IFS Capital Limited in Singapore. He previously served as a board member with the Inland Revenue Authority of Singapore, which is IRAS, and on a number of committees and subcommittees of the Singapore Stock Exchange. And in 1997, he was appointed chairman of the Stock Exchange of Singapore Review Committee, responsible for giving recommendations to make Singapore capital market more globalized, competitive, and robust to compete internationally. And below, over here, you can see there are the acknowledgements and achievements of our Mr. Lim Hua Min. Okay, we go to the next slides over here. In Phillip, a growing global presence in 15 countries, as you can see over here on the slides. And over here, you can see throughout the years, starting from 1996, we are the first to introduce online trading, which is our POEMS online trading. And in 2001, we are the first to launch Share Builder Plans, which is a regular savings plan for share purchases. And in year 2003 as well, we are also the first to bring in CFD to Singapore. And through the latest one will be in year 2022, we have actually launched POEMS 3.0 as well. So if you all have not tried downloading POEMS 3.0, you all can try so. And from 2.0, you all can change to 3.0 to try out the interface as well. Okay, so in Phillip, of course, other than stocks, we have ETF, we have bonds, we have wealth management, unit trust, insurance, money market fund, and so on. Okay, so now I will proceed to start my presentation. So first thing first is questions that you'll be asking is why do we need to invest? So the importance of investment, the first one will be we need to invest because of the increased life expectancy. So the current average life expectancy in Singapore is about 83 years old, and male and female life expectancy is about 80.7 and 85.2 years respectively. And Singapore's life expectancy is actually ranked the 7th highest in the world. And life expectancy in Singapore is expected to reach about 85.4 years in year 2040. And with the current life expectancy, we will need to make sure that we have enough to survive until an older age. So that is why we need to invest due to increased life expectancy. And the second one over here will be for marriage expenses. An average wedding in Singapore, right, has an average cost of around 30 to 50,000. And the number can also go as high as 100,000 or even more, or as low as 20,000, or depending on the types of wedding you want and the scale of it. So that means that your budget and cost will depend highly on the number of guests that you invited, the settings, the food, the decorations, and everything else that you might need in your wedding. And the third one will be for children's education. The average total cost of education in Singapore is about 70 over 1,000. And with that 70 over 1,000, right, a person needs to factor in that the child is a Singapore citizen. And in infant care, for about 16 months, the cost is about 10 over 1,000. And for childcare, for 66 months, is about 20,000. And after that, the child will go to primary school, secondary school, as well as junior college. That will cost a few thousand more. And lastly, university for 4 years, that will cost about 40,000. So this estimates actually also assumes that the child only attends government school. So with only children's education, right, you can see that the cost of education in Singapore is definitely not cheap as well. So if we have children, we will actually need to prepare for their education. So that is why it's good to start invest early rather than later. And for retirement over here, um, for many people, for retirement, right? Retirement is regarded as a life event that's too far away to start planning for. But this mindset actually hinders the goals of being able to retire. And those who do not act early on planning for retirement says that it actually requires too much discipline and sacrifice as well. And those who do, however, may be saving too little or know too little about how to go about accumulating and preserving their wealth. And prioritizing saving for retirement is doing your future self a huge favor. And it actually helps to ensure that retirement is some of the best years of your life. It might also even enable you to retire early. All it takes is some smart financial planning for yourself. And lastly, for inflation, there are actually pros and cons to every types of investment or hedge. The primary benefits on investing during inflation is actually to preserve your portfolio value. And the second reason is that you want to keep your nest egg growing, even if it's at a slower pace. So accepting inflation as a necessary conditions of a growing economy and thus investing the gains can lead you to actually diversify your holdings to account for times when one asset type loses value and another gains it. So basically, spreading the risk across various holding is a good method of portfolio construction that is as applicable to inflation fighting strategies as it is to self-growth strategy. And also maintaining a well-diversified portfolio is important for investors in our volatile environment that comes with fear, right? It is important to have a well-diversified portfolio across different asset classes. And this approach allows investors to capitalize on opportunities that arise from the fluctuating nature of volatility itself. So, should we leave all our money in bank deposit? So over here, you can see this is the pros and cons of leaving your money in your bank savings account. The pros will be, the first one will be, of course, high liquidity. Basically, if you save your money in the bank savings account, you can withdraw anytime that you want and anywhere as well. And it is SDIC protected 100,000, which and then you have access your funds anytime, anywhere, easy withdrawal without penalty. But the cons over here will be for your bank savings account, basically the interest rate is lower and the coverage for SDIC is also limited, which is 100,000 per account holder. And having easy access to your fund means that you may be tempted to spend more. And it is also a poor hedge to inflation and high chance that the returns are negative after deducting current inflation rate right now. And these are some of the quotes by Warren Buffett that I'd like to share with you. So Warren Buffett's on earnings, he says that never depends on a single income, make investments to create a second source, and on spending. If you buy things that you do not need, soon you will have to sell things that you need. And on taking risks over here, never test the depth of water with both of your feet. And on investment, I believe everybody might have heard this quote as well. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. And lastly, on expectation, honesty is a very expensive gift. Do not expect it from cheap people. So questions that you might be wondering over here will be first thing first is how do I invest? What can I invest in? Is this a safe investment? And also, when is the best time to start investing? So things will be covered will be the first one will be basic steps to invest, and after that we'll move on to mode of investments, and lastly the investments options available. So for basic steps to invest, how do we start to invest? So of course, first thing first is a person needs to set their goals. So before a person actually starts to invest, it will always be to set the goals that you want first. It is good to gain an understanding of the things that you need to afford now and also what you would like to afford in the future. So for investors, factors such as income, age, future outlooks all influence motivations for their investments. And there are actually a few types of goals that you can set, you can consider when you set your goals. The first one will be short-term goals. So for short-term goals, right, it is mostly for lifestyles aspirations such as holiday, buying a car, or saving for a rainy day. And for medium-term goals, it is more on significant life costs, whereby it is more on marriage, children's education, or even purchasing a property. And lastly, for long-term goals over here, um, it is more on financial independence and also for retirement planning. So with a goal-based investment approach, instead of making financial decisions that focus on the outcome of individual investments, you actually look at what's required to meet your overall goals. And this approach can help investors to meet their future financial responsibilities by generating long-term wealth. The next one after you set your goal will be plan your investments. So instead of making investment based only on personal risk tolerance, it's also essential to consider the level of risk required to meet each goal. So for just to give an example, a natural risk taker may have an investment goals that only requires a conservative investment strategy. Investors often approach risk and their goals as follows. So for short-term goals, if an investor goals is to actually preserve capital in the short term, right? Then this would require a low risk approach and therefore a more conservative investment strategy for themselves. And if a person is looking for medium to long-term goals, a moderate strategy may suit goals requiring a higher balance of risk and return than a conservative strategy, depending on your risk tolerance as well. And furthermore, an aggressive approach can suit long-term goals where investors are willing to accept higher level of risk for higher returns. So once a person has set their goals, plan the types of investments that they would want to go into, the next one will be start investing. So once you have set your goal, right, and also plan the types of investment, then it will be time for you to start investing already. This I will actually be sharing with you the mode of investment available in the later slides. And also, it is important to always stay on track after. Rebalancing your investment portfolio regularly is important because it can bring your asset allocations back in line. So over time, assets allocation can change because of the way your investment performs. So we'll be going on to the mode of investments that is available. So for mode of investments, there'll always be cash, CPF, as well as SRS. And a person can choose to invest a lump sum, or they can do a recurring investment, which is called as a regular savings plan for themselves. For CPF investments over here, a person can also use their CPF OA and SA to invest, and who will be eligible for using CPF investments will be a person who is at least 18 years old and they already have more than 20,000 in their OA account and more than 40,000 in their SA account. The remaining amount that you have in your OA and SA can be used for investments after you fulfill the 20,000 and 40,000. And if you'd like to know more information on the investable amount and instruments, you can also refer to the CPF board website. So a person, before they actually invest into funds using their CPF, first thing first is they need to open a CPF investment account with any of the three local participating bank, which is OCBC, UOB, or also DBS, POSB. And for SRS over here, for SRS investments, if you're a Singapore citizen or PR or even foreigners, first thing first is you also need to be at least 18 years old and you are not undischarged bankrupt and are also not having any mental disorder or are capable of managing yourself and your affairs, does not already have an SRS account with the same operator and does not have a pending applications with another SRS operator to open an SRS account, and basically does not previously have an SRS account with the same or another SRS operator and all the money in the account has been withdrawn. So basically you can only have one SRS account at any point in time. So how to open an SRS account? It will be the same as well from the three partnering bank, which is DBS, OCBC, as well as UOB. These are the investment options available. So if a person is looking for investment, you can actually consider investing into unit trust funds. You can consider investing into money market fund, our Phillip Managed Account Services. We have also stocks and bonds investments as well. And if someone is looking for protection, then it will be insurance for them. When it comes to protection, there's different types of coverages. There can be a whole life coverage. There can be a term plan. They can also be a regular savings plan for themselves. For protection, it can also be a health integrated shield plans that you upgraded under your MediShield Life as well. Okay, so unit trust. What is unit trust? Unit trust is actually a pool of money managed collectively by professional fund managers. And by buying units into the trust, your money will be put with that of other investors and invested accordingly to the unit trust objective. So the benefits of investing into unit trust will be professionally managed by the fund managers. It's also a diversification. There's a windows of investment opportunities for unit trust investment, lower cost and higher liquidity as well. So in Phillip Capital, right, we have thousands of funds managed by professional fund managers. If you'd like to know more about unit trust investment, do drop me an email or even drop me a WhatsApp. I will be happy to share with you more about unit trust investments as well. So these are the categories of unit trust investment. So if a person is looking for the lowest risk, so with lowest risk, it comes with lower returns. There will be money market funds and also bonds. After that, if a person is looking for a better returns, obviously it comes with higher risk. It will be equity funds that a person can consider. And for our Phillip money market fund, so I'll share with you first about what is money market fund. Money market fund basically comprise of short-term, less than 1 year securities representing high liquidity, liquid debts, and monetary instruments as well. The purpose is to actually provide investor with a safe place to invest easily accessible cash equivalent assets and characterized as low risk, low return investments. So in Phillip, we have our Phillip Money Market Fund, also known as PMMF. So the investment objective for our Phillip Money Market Fund is to aim to preserve principal value and maintain a high degree of liquidity while producing returns comparable to that of Singapore dollar savings deposit. And our Phillip Money Market Fund is the largest retail Singapore dollar money market fund in the market and no default amongst fixed income holdings since the inception in 2001. And as you can see below over here, these are the rates updated as of 13th of May. The return is about 3.2% per annum. And basically, again, it actually aims to provide a better return compared to the bank savings account. So why does a person needs to invest regularly? The power of investing on a regular basis will be you are actually leveraging on the volatile market to make potential capital gains in a disciplined manner for yourself. And what is dollar cost averaging? Investing a fixed amount, investing in a fixed amount into a particular stocks or unit trust on a regular basis. Dollar cost averaging also eliminates the issues of market timing and emotions from decision-making process. And investors will actually buy more shares, unit trusts when prices are low, and fewer shares or lesser unit trusts when prices are high. So this is basically called as dollar cost averaging. And three good reasons will be the first thing first is you do not need to time the market as you can leverage on the market cycle to your advantage, which is the dollar cost averaging. You can start regular savings with as low as $100 per month. And of course, people say that money saved is money earned. The money set aside gives rise to many investment opportunities with the concept of dollar cost averaging. So what does Phillip Capital offer? First thing first is we have our unit trust regular savings plan, which you can start investing, and also share builder plans as well. For unit trust regular saving, this is actually a systematic and disciplined investment plan that does not require you to time the volatile market. It leverages on the concept of dollar cost averaging approach and no need to time the market. Let the market cycle work for you and long-term consistent return strategy regardless of the market conditions. And these are the three benefits of dollar cost averaging as well. So the first one will be avoid mistiming the market. And it takes a person's emotion out of investing and to think for a longer term. So in other words, dollar cost averaging saves investors from their psychological biases because investors swings between fear and greed and they are prone to making emotional trading decisions as the market actually changes. So however, if you are dollar cost averaging, you will also be buying when people are selling fearfully, scoring a good price and potentially setting yourself up for a long-term gains. And the market also tends to go up over time and dollar cost averaging can help you to recognize that a stock market crash or bear market could be a long-term investing opportunity rather than a threat. The key takeaway for dollar cost averaging will be this is actually a practice of systematically investing equal amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of the price of a security. And dollar cost averaging can reduce the overall impact of price volatility and lower average cost per share. And by buying regularly in up and down market, investors buy more shares at lower prices and fewer shares at higher prices. And dollar cost averaging aims to prevent a poorly timed lump sum investment at a potentially higher price. And beginning and long time investors can both benefit from dollar cost averaging. So who should actually use dollar cost averaging? So you might actually consider dollar cost averaging if you are beginning to invest and only have a small amount to buy into the investments, and you are not interested in all the research that goes along with market timing. Making regular investment each month in retirement account, unlikely to keep investing in the down market. So you also might also prefer another investment strategy if you have a large sum of investments and you are investing in mutual funds that have higher initial investment minimums through a taxable brokerage account. You enjoy trying to time the market and don't mind the extra time and research. And lastly, you are investing for the short term. So um, just to share with you first, I would like to share with you more about our Philip Money Market Fund first. So yeah, so I will just show you guys on my contact number and my email. You have any inquiries on any investment services or products that we have, do feel free to let me know. I would like to share with you on our Philip Money Market Fund. As you can see over here, again, it is also called as Smart Park. This is as of rate updated as of 20th of May. It's about 3.3% for SGD, and for USD is about 4.7% per annum. So our money market fund, since its inception, there's no default. So you can actually choose to park in our Philip Money Market Fund, whereby you can just opt in through POEMS online. So while waiting for other investment opportunities, you can also see your money grow under your PMMF account and to see the returns on a daily basis as well. So for our money market fund, as you can see over here, it is fast and simple. No sales charge or administration fees, no login period as well. And it is one of our largest retail SGD money market fund in the market. So other than SGD, right, we also have USD currency. These are our retail money market fund. We also have a money market fund under iClass. So iClass basically is an enhanced another category, which is iClass. The returns are slightly higher. If you'd like to know more about our iClass Money Market Fund, do let me know as well. I will be very happy to share with you guys on the difference between the retail class of Money Market Fund and also the iClass of Money Market Fund. So I have actually come to the end of my webinar. So I will just wait if there's any questions from the audience. So once again, thank you for attending my webinar. I am based in North Point City branch, which is at Yishun. If you have any inquiries and would like to know more about what Philip offer other than stocks and shares, do let me know as well. All right, that will be all from my sharing today. Thank you everybody for attending and do have a great day ahead. Thank you.